Hi, and welcome, weary travelers. My name is Ratbabbey, your virtual cupid turned game master, and I would love to humbly invite you to join us in our newest project labeled Roll for Rat. Our first story in the series is a campaign I have poured much of my heart and soul into for almost 7 years, called Zenviirha Wild's Curse. Joining me on this journey are our brave heroes, Astral Kuiper, Geeky Game Guru, Poppy Rosewitch, Miu Yumi, and Jolly VG. Today, our focus will be on Esker Annatto, a centaur guardian played by Geeky Game Guru, as we explore his prologue to our grand adventure. Our story begins in the world Zenviirha, a planet abundant with life, both civilized and untamed, overflowing with magic that courses like lifeblood through the soil, teeming with beasts and flora in a near-perfect balance. Overlooking this world is the royal family Viramai, a family of wyvern-borns who have ruled this land for a mere 30 years after inheriting the throne from the previous rulers. Very soon, a world-changing event will take place. Queen Nyla and her husband, King Osiris, have announced their retirement after 30 years of rule, relinquishing the throne to their eldest daughter, Sylvania. She is soon to be wed and crowned Queen of Zenviirha, and so there will be a week of grand celebration. Only the best of the best are invited directly to this event, but the Queen has requested the presence of the world's upcoming talents. Those endorsed by upstanding members of every community, recognized for their excellence, will be given the chance of a lifetime to shine alongside masters in their field at the coronation. Which brings us to the town of Zenviirha, a rural town just south of the capital Stratos. Zenviirha boasts some of the world's finest chefs who train throughout their lives learning how to prepare the various cuisines of the world. Cozy cottages are strewn throughout fields of soft blue-green grass, and golden cows graze lazily as the townfolk go about their comfortable lives. We now enter the Annatto household, home to warriors and chefs alike, including our very own Esker Annatto. Would you like to describe yourself?
Yeah. He's middle-aged. He's a little over halfway through his natural life, so gray is starting to really take over kind of his hair, both the top of his head and his tail hair. There's a specific word for it, I'm sure, but we'll go with tail hair. And like the fur on his body and stuff. I guess I should have actually started with that. Esker is a centaur. He is kind of gallivants around on 4 hooves. Body of horse. Body of man on top of horse, but not where man usually goes on horse. But he's somewhat tan-skinned. Wrinkles are beginning to form kind of around the eyes and around the mouth to denote the age. So he's hovering somewhere around maybe 34, 35-ish, somewhere around there. But he's probably at the moment dressed in like a chef's smock. Maybe coming, it depends on what the context is, but maybe coming home from like the most recent lesson that he's at school or something, or maybe coming off of a job where he's apprenticing at. But he's wearing chef's smock, kind of a like a black skirt to cover the horse half of the body. And aprons, with various utensils kind of poking out of various pockets, that some of which should have been left behind, but he was exhausted and actually brought home like a knife and like two spatulas that are just slightly different because they do 2 different things, and you cannot get them mixed up. But yeah, he's has like vibrant blue eyes, brown hair. Actually, wait, no. This is... Sorry, he's not 35. He is hovering like early to mid-20s, like somewhere around like 23, 24, 25, somewhere around there at this point. So not as gray. He's kind of in the prime of his life at this point. So
I mean,
more vibrant brown hair.
At this point, you would be about 34, 35.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll cover that other one later.
Good to know. Yeah, I didn't know what
Yes.
where we are in the time scale. So yes, ignore what I just said and go back to what I said before that.
Yes, middle-aged, 30.
Yep. Centaurs are not a very long-lived ancestry, so we are burn fast, die young. But if this is if he is in his middle age, then he would be wearing what he would normally be wearing. He's has a chest piece of armor, especially if he's been traveling recently. If he hasn't been, then he's probably more relaxed coming home. But he has available to him pieces of armor for travel and for safety. But
so you actually would likely have come home from whatever job you currently have, still probably dressed in your work clothes. But you definitely have your armor packed near the entrance of your home. And as you enter, your mother and father are both waiting for you in the kitchen, which are very close to the front door. Your father is cooking something on the stove currently, and your mother has been pacing back and forth, waiting for you to come home.
That's concerning.
Your mother, Aurelia, is also a centaur, with soft golden fur speckled with white spots. Whitish, blondish hair that was probably mostly golden blonde in her prime, pulled into a side braid, with her little horse ears sticking out at the top of her head, just like yours. She's a bit taller and a bit more slender for a centaur. She often bumps her head in the doorways. And your father, Stanford, is currently stirring something on the stove. He's a bit shorter, more stout. He's got thicker legs and deep brown fur and black hair pulled into a similar kind of low bun, kind of similar to your own. And yes, your father is at the stove, humming, unbothered, and your mother has been pacing. And as you're maybe removing some of your aprons and shutting the door behind you, she stops biting her nails and she looks over at you. Oh, yeah, you're finally home.
Yeah, sorry, long day at in the kitchen, like always, really. Is everything okay? You're not usually this stressed without cause.
Well, I mean, I overheard you and your father talking. I know you plan on leaving tomorrow. Are you sure you can't stay at the academy? I'm sure we could find a better program or some accommodations for you.
I've spoken to everyone I can in the academy. The advancement track is set firm, no matter how long you live in comparison, and the kitchens just simply aren't built for, and I'll just motion to my horse ass. They're built for bipeds, not us. The kitchens are small and cramped, and people have to either climb over me or under me to get past me, and it's just...
I know, I was just hoping you would stick around a bit longer. I could maybe pull some strings and have a stern talking to. Perhaps. And, your father will kind of look over his shoulder and butt in. Now, really, I know you're worried. But I'd rather miss him while he's out living his dream than regret keeping him from it. Leave the poor man alone. And she turns around and walks over to him and kind of very dramatically flips her hand to her forehead. Oh, I know, I'll just miss him so much. He's my baby still.
You have a young... My brother will still be here. Stratos is just basically over the river. It's not that far of a distance. I can visit decently often.
I know, but you're still so young. And your father...
my life, Mom.
Your father stops stirring and then just looks at her deadpan and goes, he's a grown-ass man. I know, but I didn't leave my hometown until I was about 42. And he kind of chuckles and keeps stirring, and under his breath, mutters, and it shows. And she
I'll give him a look.
stomps over to him and snatches the wooden spoon out of his hand and gives him a good swat on the flank before tossing it back to the stove. My dear.
No, that's not hygienic anymore. You can't just put it back in the food. That's... Okay.
My dear. I know I can't make you stay, but... Please promise me you'll be safe.
Of course. I promise I'll be safe. Who knows what I'll find out there. A lot of people come through that town, city. A lot of information exchange.
I know. It would be cruel of me to keep you here when you're unsatisfied. And
it's not unsatisfaction. It's a hope for new opportunities. I love living here. I love being with the two of you. I love being able to hang out with Lucian and just... This isn't me getting away. It's me hopefully finding something new. Something worthwhile.
she gives you kind of a heavy sigh as you hear the footsteps of your little brother, who's only about 10, your brother Lucian.
Speaking of the... Question, do devils exist in this world?
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of the devil.
He kind of half hides behind your mother, and he peeks out at you. And Lucian is much, much shorter and a bit shy. He's inherited his mother's golden fur, and has this soft brown hair similar to your own. And he has a little fluffy white spot on his chest. And he comes out from hiding, and in ASL, Arivian Sign Language, he comes up to you, and he signs to you, I'll miss you.
I will sign back to him, then I'll miss you too, and I'll flick his nose.
He'll look over his shoulder to make sure that his mother isn't looking, and he'll quickly sign, I'll miss you, but please bring back treats when you visit.
I will stifle a laughter, and we'll just give it a little wink.
He'll give you a big hug, and then reach into the pocket in his clothing and hand you a couple of little bangles made of different metals and strings, some with bells, some with tassels, that it appears to be handmade for you.
Oh. I immediately put them, look at them and run my thumb over them and like rotate them in my hands, flip them over, just like give them the attention they deserve. And then, are these for like my arms or for my legs? Or something else?
He'll shrug and say either.
I'll put for now, I'll kind of like, since it's easiest to reach, I'll put some on like my front moved legs, and then kind of kneel down and trussle his hair a bit, and say, "I'll never take these off. Thank you." And that's a matter of home.
He'll give you a big smile, and you'll notice two of his front teeth are missing. And then he will trot back upstairs to his room. And your mother looks over to you very fondly, and then she clasps her hands together very quickly. Yes, that reminds me. And she'll step out of the room for a moment. And your father is preparing several large baskets of food for you. And he's kind of stacking them on the table nearest the door. Here. This should last you throughout your whole trip. And you notice that it's definitely more food than you would need for a day-and-a-half trip. In fact, it looks like way too much.
How am I supposed to carry all that?
I figured you could put it in your cart. I even fixed the wheel on it for you.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you, I didn't want to bother you with that. You've got a lot going on.
Oh, well. I'm close to retirement, so there's less and less than I can do. And, I'm bored.
Well, can't argue against that, I guess, but I'll kind of step up to him and kind of elbow him in the shoulder and say, "You still look pretty spry."
He'll lock you around your shoulders and then tussle your hair, which takes a lot of effort because he is shorter than you. So it's more of him like reaching up and trying to stretch up. I know it seems like a lot, but that's because he kind of rubs the back of his neck with his hand. You know the bridges to the northeast, northwest. There was an incident. There was a bull incident, and the bridges surrounding the town have collapsed. I had nothing to do with it. It was a bull incident.
Wait, one bull caused multiple bridges to collapse?
It was the big one. Chuck.
Okay.
So,
For the record, saying that you weren't involved makes me immediately think you were involved, by the way.
And he'll give you that face I always do, that fucking... No one else saw. So, no, I was not involved. But that does mean... that does mean that the only bridge usable right now is the one to the far southeast. And he kind of gestures towards the several baskets of food. I've packed you about 5 days worth of food instead, since that's how long your trip will take now. I'm so not sorry, because I was not involved.
Are you sure this wasn't sabotage to keep me here?
He looks at you genuinely. He's like, no.
Okay.
It was not my turn to let the cows out to graze. For sure, it was not my turn, and I didn't get distracted. If anyone asked, it was Esther's turn.
I'll let them know.
You don't have to do that. I will do that myself when you leave.
Yeah, of course. You realize with me gone, you'll have one less person to bail you out of this stuff, right?
Oh, it's fine. Your mother's intimidating enough.
Oh, yes, she is.
And, he'll kind of shrug and help you, like, consolidate all of your things, towards the table, your armor, the food, any backpacks you might have. So, it'll take about 5 or 6 days to get there. You'll have to head a bit east through the forest. You'll have to pass Ilmermere. Please be careful. It's not often that the beast tamers lose control of their beasts, but just be cautious.
Well, hopefully they have better control over it than you do.
He will get very red in the face and will turn back to the stove of an empty pot and will start stirring as your mother walks back into the room with some colorful cloth.
While this conversation is happening, I would have tried to kind of, while I was trying to, like, take the spoon that, that Aurelia slapped on the ass with, so that he doesn't start cooking with it.
Yes. He has definitely pulled a different spoon out of his own apron and has tossed that one to the sink.
Good.
But your mother re-enters with a handful of colorful cloths, some purple, some a deep royal blue, with tassels.
Here. I don't want you to get cold, and I don't want you to wear your work uniform when you head to Stratos. So I have put together something a bit more fashionable than your current accessories.
What, you're saying I don't dress well?
I'm not saying that. However, you and your father tend to settle when it comes to clothing.
And she will hand you a nice thick scarf made of fabric that's maybe less of a scarf for your neck and maybe more for, like, your torso. So it's kind of like a sash-ish, but it's multi-purpose. And it's this nice, like, red-violet fabric with gold embroidery and a softer green fabric on the edges with some golden tassels. And she will also hand you kind of like in the shape of like a table runner, maybe. You suspect that maybe it was initially stitched to be a table runner. This deep royal blue fabric with purple and gold embroidery on it with matching tassels. And she will kind of drape the blue fabric like over your horse half and hand you the other one to fixate however you like. And she will clap her hands together and give you a little smile.
Thank you. It does look nice.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this one in the last festival on one of the...
No. This is separate.
Mm-hmm.
They're just very similar. I cut them from the same fabric. Cut from the same cloth.
Yes. Of course. Convergent design.
Mm-hmm.
Total coincidence.
And she will gently kind of caress the side of your face.
Are you sure?
I am. I think it's about time I get out of this rut and try to push forward. And you know, you and the whole family are free to visit me whenever you want. I won't have as big of a place as this, most likely, and it'll be a while until I can afford something that's actually my own, but I'll keep you updated on that.
Please do. we'd love to visit, and we probably will, every now and then. It's just, your father over here is a bit clumsy, and making long trips like that are not his strong suit.
Well, if you ever were willing to spend a little money, there's always taxi services, carts you can ride on instead of going it on hoof.
She kind of gestures to herself, this, maybe 6.5 foot tall horse lady, and she's just like, I have a feeling it would be a bit difficult to find somebody to accommodate the three of us, but we'll make the trip.
Fair.
As soon as you have a nice house. Or find a nice inn for us to stay in.
Yes, of course. I'll make sure that you're put up someplace nice and comfortable.
And
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too. I could talk to the headmaster at the academy. I can. I'm very persuasive.
I know you are. Trust me, I know you are. But unless they're gonna tear down the whole establishment and build from scratch, there's nothing they can do to fit me in there. And no, you can't convince them to do that.
No, I was just...
She'll give a very resigned sigh and then pull you into a big hug.
I'll press my forehead against hers.
At least right.
Of course. You'll hear from me often.
I know it's about to be evening, but it might be better for you to, think about leaving while it's still cool outside. I can help you pack your cart if you want.
Oh, kicking me out the door already, huh?
That's not what I mean.
Your tone's changed quite a bit in the past few minutes,
Well, the sooner you get on with it, the sooner I can, And you can tell that she's definitely trying to shoo you out because she's trying not to cry in front of you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm definitely delaying to make it harder for her. I'll eventually get towards the door and kind of gather up as much stuff as I can.
Yeah, and
I'm definitely the type of guy who will try and get everything in one load.
Your father will smack you on the back of the head and help you carry things out to the cart.
I will purposely hand him the middleweight to lighter stuff to carry.
You think your old man can handle some heavy luggage?
No, I just don't want you to strain anything this late at night and have to call in for work tomorrow.
Your dad's a strong man. I can handle your mom. And your mother just looks absolutely livid and shoos him back in the house. And when she turns to you, she gives you a much softer look.
Please be safe.
Please don't kill him.
We shall see.
Hmm.
Marriage is a wonderful thing.
Clearly.
I won't kill your father. He'll just be taking up my chores for the next week.
Well, don't work him too hard. He's getting, he should have retired a few years ago.
Yes, but I don't think that's like any of us.
Yeah, I know. The Annatto stubbornness runs the Annatto family like blood.
And she will help you make sure that the rest of your things are not going to fall out of your cart. And she'll hand you a map, maybe hand you a few more scarves and extra changes of clothes because she's a bit paranoid. Pack some extra hairbrushes, some bobby pins and hair ties. Maybe sneak in some nicer shirts than you usually wear. Like, as you're packing the food into the front, she will continue to stuff what she deems necessary into the bag.
I I probably wouldn't notice initially, but eventually I will, and I'll be too far away to do anything about it. So, but I'll be thankful when I find it. I've very deliberately kind of taken all the because this is a food cart. It has a spot for like a pot where you light a fire beneath it to get things like boiling or heated up. So I have removed that stuff as much as possible and turned this basically especially since I've been provided food, turn this into just a storage cart as much as possible so that nothing accidentally catches fire. And to give as much space for just stuff and gubbins as possible, because this is not a trip I would like to take more than once to get stuff as much as possible. So I am tucking things into little nooks and crannies, wrapping things around horseshoes, and until like I can barely close the doors of this thing, and it is like cumbersome and like twice as heavy as it normally is, maybe even 3 times as much. And it's just this bulk of just basically a giant suitcase that is overstuffed. I'll kind of take a step back and go, that's going to be a pain in the ass to unpack when I get there.
Do you want me to walk with you to the river? I can travel with you part of the way if you'd like, so you're not lonely.
I would love that.
Okay.
And she will walk with you part of the way. She'll maybe make it about here to where the river's at least in sight before she kind of like puts a hand on her back and she's like, oh.
Are you going to be okay keeping up with Lucian while I'm gone?
Ah, well, he wasn't nearly as much trouble as you.
What is that supposed to mean?
She'll kind of tuck a strand of hair behind her ear and avoid looking at you.
It's going to be much quieter without you home. But I'm really glad that you're going to pursue what you want. It took me much longer than you did to figure that out. Really proud of you.
Thank you. I'm hoping that it'll be I've made the right choice here.
Well, if you ever change your mind.
Oh, I know. And I'll get an earful when it happens.
No, I would never. Just be careful.
I promise. And I will reach over to the cart and unhook a pan off of the side of the cart and kind of heft it and says, these can do some good damage if push comes to shove.
She'll give you a very warm smile and kind of rub her hands on the sides of her arms.
Are you going to be okay to make it the rest of the way by yourself?
I should be.
Okay.
It's not that long of a trek, even though I have to go the long way because someone let Chuck out.
Wasn't it your father's turn to take care of them today?
No, I heard it was Esther's turn, actually.
I don't know who put her in charge of that. She's like 90.
Yeah, strange choice. You'd think that if someone were to come up with a person who is currently working, they would have picked someone who is not retired and on their deathbed. But, they pick strange people to try and corral the bulls, but I just give a very slow shrug.
She'll kind of furrow her brow at you, but then she'll put a hand on your shoulder.
I'm gonna head home, but...
As she starts to, like, sniff a little.
Man, my allergies really getting to me today. Oh, man.
Yeah, I can tell, and I'll kind of, like, wipe a little, like, tear off the side of her eye.
She'll pull you into a deep hug before she, turns around and starts back home. she's trying to be, you can tell that she's trying to be very tough, considering she once was a warrior. But then she'll look behind her and she'll shout, I love you!
I love you too. Get home safe. I'll write you in as soon as I get into the city.
If you don't, I'll hunt you down.
I know you will.
And she will trot off into the horizon back home.
Kind of put my hand over my heart before she turns away. And I'll sign to her that I love her.
Oh, dude.
And I'll kind of just stand there and watch her, like, walk away until she's far enough away that, like, she's functionally not visible anymore before I'll heft the cart and sure it's kind of lock onto my haunches. Look at the bridge that's so far out of the way and just sigh. And then head across it.
So I'll say maybe around 10 p.m. You're getting up there in horse ears, so you'll probably make it to about here, just kind of at the very entrance of the forest.
And here I thought this bridge would be crossing here to go this way. No, it's crossing over here, and then I gotta go cross another bridge.
Yeah, okay, so there
around the lake.
Yeah, so there are about 3 bridges. There's one here, there's one here, and there's another one here. All of which have been destroyed.
All 3.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
What did this bull do?
For reference, Chuck is this huge golden cow with a singular giant horn on his forehead. He is ridiculously huge, like stupid. And he's very particular about his meals. So if those needs are neglected, he is known to be quite the bastard and charge at people, whoever is in charge of him, corralling the cows and moving them to their grazing spots. And if it is unsatisfactory, he will charge them. So you imagine that your father ran around the entire town to get away from this thing. And you imagine you'll probably hear about it later. In a letter, in the news. You imagine he has a lot of community service in his future once they inevitably find out. Or inevitably when his wife finds out and then forces him to confess.
How will she possibly find out with his iron tight lies that a 97-year-old woman?
You could tell that maybe when you said something, it started to make like a lot more sense. And that once you had turned around, maybe she started running a bit faster to get home and have a conversation with her husband.
Oopsie poopsies.
So you imagine that, yeah, he will, he'll be busy.
Mm-hmm. This is the first time that I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go. I don't know if these two can function if I'm not there to clean up their messes and keep them from killing each other. And
she keeps him honest.
That's one word for it. He's on his toes too. And both of them do. So do I know that I'll be is there another bridge here, or am I going like?
You're going all the way around. That's why it's your father kind of mentioned that it'll probably take about 5 days for you to get there instead of a day and a half, which is like super inconvenient.
Yeah.
But it'll give you some time to think. about whatever,
Mm-hmm.
which is really fun.
Passed by the Lover's Pond.
Correct.
Is there another version of this in your world that's cracked?
Wouldn't that be so cute?
I mean, that's how it is in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Maybe. Who knows?
Pardon me as I go look at the map.
Don't.
I'm already going.
Oh, it's not done yet.
I'm looking for.
Stop.
Not even the hearts on the map. Dang.
Yeah, that one's not updated. Only I have the updated map.
Devastating.
Making a map is hard, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm well aware.
Is your map done, Justin?
No, not even remotely.
Well, then shut the hell up.
That's why I said I am well aware. This shit is complicated.
Yeah, and I'm drawing it by hand. It's, dude, this is drawing on a small scale, and then having to come up with like, how do I effectively sum up what this town looks like on a very tiny scale. It looks like straight ass.
I like them. Like I said, they look like they're like level select in like Kingdom Hearts.
That means a lot, but I wish I would have thought of that before making my map, because then maybe I would have used that as a good reference.
Well, I mean, like I said, they already look like that, so you're already doing a good job without the reference.
Do you like the cow that I put in there?
Yeah.
That's not Chuck. That's not Chuck. That's one of the nice ones.
Ah.
Fun fact, fun rat lore for all of you at home and also geeky. Chuck is based off of a real cow from my grandfather's farm who was the only bull and was a huge fucking asshole. Whenever I was in charge of helping corral them and moving them to their new grazing spot, because you have to move them every now and then because otherwise they eat all the grass, you gotta give the grass a chance to grow. He listened to my grandfather. However, he did not respect me at all because I was small. And he still did not respect me even when I got older. So he if he does not respect you, he will charge at you. And even if you hop the fence, he will charge like right up to the fence. And he will snort at you and he will like kick his little dumb hooves at you and shit. And I hated him. And the best day of my life is when my grandfather sold him and got a new bull. So I have immortalized him here.
Ah, your mortal enemy is now living in your world.
Yeah. Except he wasn't a beautiful golden cow. He was, he was kind of like a cream tan colored bull, and he was huge. But he sold for a lot of money. My grandfather was able to retire. Not just from him, but also from his job, but still.
Mm-hmm.
I like the new bull a lot better. I don't know his name, but I will forever remember that stupid fucking cow that has nearly killed me on multiple occasions.
I do consistently forget that you, have experience with, farm stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, my granddad was basically like my second dad. My parents both worked a lot when I was young, so they would just send my autistic ass to his farm to go play. for 12 plus hours a day sometimes, before I was in school. It was awesome. That's my goat.
Send you off to the autism farm.
I know, dead ass, I love my autistic grandpa. he is, and I think that's awesome. And we had a moment recently when I was 24, 25, where we were sitting on the porch together having a beer, and I was we were talking about life experiences, and he was growing up being the weird kid, and he was it's other people that are weird, we're the normal ones. And I was would you believe me if I found out that me and my sibling are both autistic? And he was where do you think you got it from? And I was dude, you're so awesome. I love that guy. Is it surprising to you that I have farm experience?
Not surprising, I just forget it, because, I don't know. I've more associated with like you with like the musical side of your life.
Yeah. Get you a rat that can do both. Anyways, you're in the forest now.
Also, it was what was the person that I said the name twice, but I've forgotten. I'm trying to remember, and it's blank now. Well, who was he? Who was the geriatric that he blamed?
Esther.
Esther, thank you. I was like, Gwyneth. No, it's not Gwyneth. What was Gwyneth? It's like, no, brain, it's not Gwyneth. It's a different.
This
fucking
poor
name.
old crone is getting blamed.
What? How do you?
She's
I can't hear
like,
you over there.
I imagine she's like a short, like, pony centaur with, like, just like the sweetest granny.
The guards show up. Like, so we heard that you fucked with the birds. Like, what's that? Honey, I can't hear you over the arthritis.
I can't hear you over my arthritis is insane.
But yes. So it's pretty late by the time you're able to cross the bridge and enter the forest, and you figure there's a clearing around here that you can maybe set up camp in to rest for the night. Because I mean, you did work for half the day, and then you had to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm probably beat.
yeah.
My ass is exhausted. Yeah, so I make sure like that the cart is locked and latched as best as possible. I've purposely put like little like things that make noise around the door, so like when they open, they'll like be noise they make, so that if I'm asleep and someone's trying, because I don't have anyone else who can like keep watch over my stuff for me. It's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm sleeping, hopefully if someone tries to pick through my stuff, something will make some noise and wake me up.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but I mean,
We will see.
it's nice. You get some restful sleep since you've been so exhausted.
Here's the question for the rest of the campaign. How do you sleep? What's your sleep setup as a horse guy? Horse guy.
Good
Guy horse?
question. Time to Google how horse sleep.
I mean, I
How
sent you
horse
some,
sleep.
I sent you some cute art of like how centaurs might sleep. Horses sleep different.
Yeah, they sleep both standing up and also laying down, and they look like they're dead when they're laying down.
Some of them kind of like do that loafing almost, like with their legs to the side, like cats or dogs do. Some of them just lay on their side like they're dead. So which horse are you?
I kind of want to be the one that looks like they're dead.
Surely
I
you
do
wouldn't
because-
leave yourself looking like a dead horse on the side of the road. People might get concerned.
I do like because you did send art of like ways for. What are you rolling there?
Do you like that?
I'm concerned.
Oh, do you just hear the dice? You don't see it, do you?
I see a dice with a bunch of question marks on it, and it says,
Don't worry about
"Ready, privately roll some dice." It's a D20 plus question marks for result of question marks.
Don't
Know that you rolled a die.
worry about it.
I'm worried. But yeah, let me see if I can find that. It's been a long time since it was posted. And I don't even know if it was posted in this chat, or if it was in our DMs, or if it was somewhere else. There it is. It's in this chat. Stop it. Yeah, I like the kind of recliner idea of like the
What?
horse body on the ground, kind of just like legs tucked under, and it. I think I'm dead now.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
40 fucking bandits show up as revenge against the one that I sent you in your session 0. Beat the shit out
I
of
would
me.
never do that. But go on.
Uh-huh.
Tell me how you rest.
But yeah, I like this art. It doesn't have a name. Actually, wait, it might be this watermark. What is this? The artist's check? The last word is on, like, it's in two places, and they're both, like, over the most complicated parts of the art, so I can't tell what it actually says. Like,
I'll look for it later.
C something? I don't know. But it's, like, a little wooden, like, A-frame that has, what's the material? Like, in real life it'd be plastic, but, like, it's, like, made of, like maybe, like, leaves or something, like, or like bamboo that's like flexible,
Like a
And
slanted
it's
bed.
almost like a little, Yeah, like a little slanted hammock bed that has like a cushion and like a little cushion for my head. It's like I like lay down on the ground and then I lean against that, and that's how I sleep. It is
Nice.
physically impossible for me to toss and turn. I am now permanently a side sleeper. It's at most I can like lean up and try and like adjust my body and move it to the other side of me and lean and lay on the other side now. Like physically like moving it around. But
When would you say that you wake up in the morning?
probably not long after dawn. It like, especially since there's no like cover, like it would be pretty quick that when the sun rises that it would be very difficult to continue sleeping. I think I do have a did I buy a tent? I don't think I actually did, because I don't think I'd fit in a normal tent. I did not buy a tent, so yeah, so it's just normal.
You can probably find a bigger tent. I would allow you to have a bigger tent.
Yeah, how much are pup tents again?
We can worry about that later. If you want a
more than
tent, you can have a tent.
I'll have a tarp that kind of covers me from the elements.
Aw, cute.
But yes, yeah, it would be pretty much right as dawn arrives that I'd be forced awake.
Maybe just before the sun hits your eyes, you hear some sort of like clattering near your cart.
Oh, don't fucking do it. Yeah, I will, my eyes immediately snap open, and I begin to kind of lean, lean up and look around to see if I can, is it on the opposite side of where I am?
Is what? The cart?
The sound.
Yeah, the sound is... You can't see what's making the sound, but you do notice if you look at your cart that one of the doors, despite locking it, has been picked open.
Ooh, someone about to get a fucking whooping. I will very subtly, start to kind of get up as quietly as possible as someone who's not stealthy in the slightest. Especially not since I now have bangles and stuff on me. And I will unhook a pan from the cart and heft it and begin to approach the door.
As you approach the cart, you hear maybe the crunch of some food being eaten on the other side.
I'm hoping this is just an animal and not someone who is stealing stuff, and I'm hoping that they only recently started, because that's all the food I got at the moment. And I very deliberately dismantled all the cooking parts of my cart. So I will move to where my body is covering the door as I kind of put a hand over one side and kind of lean in, so my body is physically covering the exit and look into what's inside. You go, ah!
You make a noise to scare this thing?
You know what? No. First, I will peek in just to see if I can see what it is, and then I will go from there.
Your cart isn't necessarily lit on the inside, especially with only one of the...
Though.
You do have dark vision? Okay. You centaurs have dark vision?
Yeah.
Weird. Do horses have dark vision? Can horses see in the dark?
We have two horse.
Can real horses see in the dark?
I don't know.
I'm scared of horses now.
Riding horse. Do horse have...
Do horse?
Okay, horse have low light vision. And
low light vision.
Can horses see...
Can real life horses see in the dark? Why does a centaur have dark vision?
I don't know.
Is it because they're technically... Are they considered fae or something?
Possibly?
What the fuck? That's so creepy. With your special eyes.
People can also ride me, as long as they're one size smaller than me. You.
So with your dark vision.
Let me see. I'm now looking at Equus magazine, apparently. As you fucking chortle to yourself. someone writing me.
So can horses see in the dark or what, man?
I'm reading. I got distracted by you being a freak. At least according to Equus magazine. No, not particularly.
Well, then what the hell is wrong with
But then
you?
a different thing,
Ah.
according to Park City Equine, it says,
Maybe we should just ask them.
to ask,
The horses.
how do you plan to do that?
Whisper to them.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so you have dark vision, which is really cool, and I didn't know that. Awesome. Fantastic. So since you have dark vision...
Yeah, this other website says they have superior night vision, so...
The fuck? Somebody's lying.
Equus is written in 2023. When was this written? Okay, it says January 5th. January 5th when?
Don't worry about it. We'll figure out if horses can see in the dark on our own time.
Yeah.
What the
For now,
hell?
I have dark vision, so wahahaha.
So dark vision allows you to see in dark as if it were not dark, correct?
Basically, I can see like things in darkness.
Okay.
And like kind of shades of gray and stuff.
Okay. So you see in this very dim lighting, since as the sun is rising, some of the sunlight pours into this door that's been forced open. You see a very cramped figure of a young satyr who has snuck into your cart, not very quietly, and is munching on some bread.
So this little bitch is sentient and chose this. It wasn't just an animal food. You made a choice, motherfucker.
So yeah, she has crumbs all around her face. You can tell that she's very young, maybe like in human years, maybe about like 10, 11, 12-ish. She's very small. And she looks at you, makes eye contact with you, realizes, oh, you're that guy that seems to be the owner of the cart, and she scrambles, bumping her head on the inside of the cart, and tries to open one of the other doors on the other side, realizing that it just locked, and she
grapple her. Just grab her.
You can absolutely like kind of grab her by like the back of the shirt and pull her out, and she is kicking her legs still with the piece of bread in her mouth. And she's going...
I will kind of tuck the frying pan under my arm, and then reach up and just like tear the bread. So like just like where she saw it's like what's in her mouth, I'll tear off the rest of it. And kind of like set it inside the cart nearby, but now she just has to swallow what's in her mouth. Okay, explain yourself.
You pull her out into the light, and you realize that she is a very small satyr with cinnamon-colored fur with little white specks on the face and legs, kind of like a deer. She has this very fluffy, soft, pastel peach-colored hair that's braided into pigtails, these long, fluffy ears, and a short little tail. And she looks over at you with these kind of bluish sage green eyes, and chokes down the piece of bread and coughs a bit as you like lift her very easily up.
I was just borrowing some. I didn't know it was yours.
What do you think it was?
She'll look up at you with her big ol' eyes.
The bread fairy?
How old are you?
She starts counting on her hands, and then maybe miscounts, and then starts to recount again, and she holds up just both of her hands at you. So it seems to be like she's maybe about as old as your brother.
Old enough that you should know better.
She kind of slumps and lets herself dangle in your in your grasp like a cat that's just been picked up by the scruff.
Mm-hmm. Word of advice, kid. And I will reach up to the handle of the pan and kind of spin it around where the look is under my arm. I'll spin it up around. And we'll put it under her to give her a little bit of support, so I'm not I'm still holding her from the back, but now she's at least not dangling.
Mm-hmm.
And she's sitting on this frying pan and say, there are people out there that would take extremely unkindly to what you've done here. There are people who have weapons that are meant for killing and not cooking.
She'll still kind of slump and avoid eye contact with you.
Well, you see, I wasn't planning on getting caught.
I see. So, second word of advice. If you're not wanting to get caught, make sure you have an exit plan and be quieter. Always assume you will be caught, so that when you are caught, you have a plan in place.
Well, it looked easy when he did it.
And she'll point up to the trees. And you just hear it, oh, come on!
I'll follow the point up.
She very much failed her stealth check against your kind of passive perception. But maybe upon looking at her, looking up at the tree, and then looking back at your cart, you'll maybe realize that there's a bit more food missing than you initially realized. As there is an elven boy sitting up in the trees, half obscured by branches. He's got this tan skin, he's got freckles peppering his face, golden hair with deep brown roots, and these amber eyes that kind of pierce through your own. And he has pulled his shirt kind of you grab the bottom of your shirt so you can hold things in it. He's got some fruit in there, some bread, and he's just been stuffing his face.
Do you two have parents?
She'll shake her head.
Guardian figures, anything? Okay. Question 1. Will you two like a meal and not scrap?
He'll kind of squint his eyes at you, but she will nod furiously.
Okay. And I will then let go of her shirt and just set her with the pan on top of the cart. Basically give her free rein to try and run if she wants to, and say, then sit there. I'm gonna start a fire. And then we're gonna have a conversation and get you properly fed.
Yeah, she'll sit there politely, kind of kick her feet, and you notice that she's a satyr, so she also has hooves that kind of click against the back of the cart while she's just kicking her feet politely. He has not come down from the tree yet. He is still regarding you with a lot of caution.
That's fine. I will move grab I'll gather some sticks and wood just from nearby. We're in a forest. There's undoubtedly wood around that I can kind of scrounge together to set something up. And then I will kind of excuse me. Kind of gather this all together, start a fire with a tinderbox that I have in the cart, and grab a pan that's not been that I didn't set a satyr on, and set it on the thing and let it start to heat up and say, question 2, what do you want to eat? I have I'll kind of look and see what my dad packed for me, and what if there's any just raw ingredients and stuff that are included with the meals that he probably made.
Yeah, he's basically tried to cram like an entire groceries trip worth of supplies and food into some of the baskets. He's definitely like Tetrised the hell out of it to make it fit, so you might have to pull a lot of stuff out to figure out what you need.
Excuse me. Yeah, so I will kind of lean in and look at that and say, are you wanting more of a meal with pork, or are you wanting chicken? Do you, and I'll look at this later, do you eat meat?
She will shrug.
I'll make a salad.
I don't know how to hunt.
That would make things difficult.
And he's not good at it.
And he'll
I'll
just
raise an eyebrow to him.
he just kind of like throws up his hands like, dude. And he'll scrunch his face up. I don't think I said this earlier, but he looks to maybe be about, like, in human years, maybe like 15, 16. So just a little bit older than her. But definitely old enough to know better. He was the one, you can assume that he was probably the one that picked the lock, and initially got into the cart without you noticing, and she ruined all of that by, hitting her head on the cart, maybe not stepping too quietly with her hooves. Definitely, like, hit her head on the way in and just, it probably heard, like, ow.
How about you up there? Meat, no meat, preference?
He won't look at you, but he'll give you a little thumbs up.
Cool. And I'll pull out, probably just, like some pork, pork loin. 2 of them. No, 3. I'm also eating. And grab some oil and some seasoning and stuff, and put them into the pan as it's starting to heat up, and get that going. Question 3: what do I call each of you?
She'll give you a cute little smile. She's maybe missing one of her bottom teeth. And she will hold out a hand to you. My name is Enya.
And for note purposes, how do you spell that?
Enya.
Nice.
Enya.
Pleasure to meet you, Inya. And your friend up there.
He'll kind of scoff at you and narrow his eyes. Like I would tell you that, man. And she'll smile and point at him, and she
goes, his name is Zafra.
Thank you.
And again, he's just
Kindness.
like, dude!
Kindness goes a long way.
He'll huff.
And how do you spell his name?
Zaffre.
I'll start getting that together as I start to kind of cut up some like lettuce and cabbage to start working on a salad. And I'll look up at him up there and say that the brown thing that you have about kind of holding my hands, like maybe like 4 inches tall, about yay big, has a spinny bit at the end. That's my pepper. Can you toss that down to me? Trust me, you don't want to just eat raw pepper. It's exhilarating. It doesn't it's meant to go on things, not be its own thing.
He'll clutch it to his chest and then look at it. And then kind of like flip it upside down to look at it, and then he'll like give it a sniff, and then he'll just fine. And he'll
twist the bottom into your hand, and you'll see that it's a small black and kind of gray flakes. Then lick the palm of your hand.
He'll pour some into his hand, and then reluctantly taste it, not because you told him to, but because he wants to know.
Oh yeah, of course.
And he kind of like clicks his tongue to the roof of his mouth, and then kind of makes the kombucha face, like, and then he'll toss it to you.
Thank you. I'll add that to the seasoning, so like that and classic salt and pepper, but I'll also add like some sage. This is where I realized I should start looking up actual recipes between sessions, so I can know what I'm saying with more confidence. But he will properly season it with a variety of spices. He's not a middle-aged white woman. He will provide actual seasonings to the food that he is making, and begin that process and say, so you two, just out here on your own? Do you have a little community you stay in, or are you just the two of you?
She will kind of drop her smile for a bit.
My parents, there was a monster. And
Zafra will kind of hop down from the tree and walk over and put a hand on her shoulder. We've both been alone for a while. Our village was attacked and doesn't exist anymore. So
I know a lot more about that than you'd think, so well that you two made it out okay.
He'll shrug and kind of cross his arms and lean against the cart next to her. It's just been us for a few years.
Well, you're alive, so clearly you've made it out all right. Do they look like they're not eating well?
They look pretty thin. Like they look like they're definitely not eating 3 meals a day, and you can probably assume that they live out here in the forest and have not attempted to find another village to live in. It looks like they've been roughing it out here for a while. And especially with her mentioning that she doesn't know how to hunt and he's not good at it, you can probably assume that mostly a lot of foraging, and that maybe their meals aren't super balanced. So they're probably lacking a lot of the vitamins and other essential nutrients that they need.
I'll note that and subtly add some bacon to the to the pan. Add a little more protein, because I imagine they've been eating maybe some good like fruits, but maybe not a huge amount of vegetables, and definitely not a lot of meat. And so, and they've already been snacking on my bread, so I'll let them keep snacking on that. I'll make a more kind of robust meal in that case. Add some, take some like some old, like not old, but like some dried bread to make little croutons out of for the salad. Kind of make like a more robust meal with like basically pork loin and bacon, salad, the bread that they've already been eating. Maybe toss in like a little mashed potato. That I'll like divide between the two of them. Add in some starch. More starch. And it's kind of this is definitely like, aside from the bacon, this probably isn't much of a breakfast, but is hearty and dense and will fill their bellies. And I'll just make like small talk with them as I cook. Kind of talk about like what they've been doing recently. How I guess I'll ask them. So, how often do you do this little routine?
She'll she's busy stuffing her face, like very, very happily, maybe humming to herself as she kind of does a little a little shimmy back and forth as she's very happy eating. And he's taking some slower, more cautious bites. He doesn't know when he's going to eat like this again, so he doesn't look at you, but he'll sigh and just kind of give you a shrug. Whenever we have to, really. I mean, some bozo passes through. They look like they have a bit of extra to spare. Figured they wouldn't miss it too much.
I'm a bozo, huh?
Not saying you are, because, you caught us, but most people don't. But I also usually don't let her, come along.
Well, you lucked out today that, I do indeed have plenty to spare, but I'm not saying you should stop. Do anything you can to provide for the people you care about, but be cautious. As I told her, not everyone is quick to ask questions. They often ask first. And if you're still breathing, maybe ask questions. But I'll take a bite of the bacon.
He'll...
Live around.
Oh, go on.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
No, you.
No, you go first.
I'm drinking water. I can't talk.
Go first or I'll explode you. I'll explode the world right now.
I knew it! I fucking knew it!
Today's the day, brother.
Dan, during the session 0, not everyone else is gonna start like, so the world exploded recently. Don't know why. I assume the two of you live at least somewhat nearby.
Got a shitty treehouse.
You know, for being a couple kids, you're making you're doing a decent job out here. Not many people would have survived this long. Should be proud of that. Is it just the two of you?
He nods. We're the only two that made it out. We checked.
Sorry.
He'll shrug and keep eating, and Anya will look up at you with her mouth full. Can I?
So what about you? Where are you going?
Stratos, the big city up north. I'll kind of nod to the pan on the fire. That probably doesn't have anything in it anymore. But I'm keeping it hot so it'll be easier to clean later. In the hopes that I can make a name for myself by cooking. Learn more. Get more experience under my belt. From an old farming town across the river. If you don't mind me asking, do you know what attacked your town?
She will look down and get really quiet. And Zafra will kind of stare deeply into his bowl. I don't know what it was. It was huge. It took everything.
Well, we live to carry on those that are lost. And I will ensure that they both have ample amounts of water to drink, because I also don't know how often they are able to get clean water.
They'll both gladly take that. And Zafra will be... He'll go pretty quiet. And she'll, kind of... Once she finishes her food, she'll hop down from the cart and start being a bit nosy. Kind of like looking through your things, look up at you.
I don't stop her.
You said you're going to the city?
That's the plan.
You mean the one where the princess lives?
I kind of kneel down a bit and kind of get like where like I'm a little more on her island. Says that's the one.
Oh. My mom always told me I'd be a princess one day.
And she's still maybe plucking things off of Zafra's plate when he's not looking. He's kind of staring off into the distance, and she's just like popping croutons and other things into her mouth.
My mom said I'd be a princess when I grow up.
That's so. I think she might be right.
She'll give you a big old smile.
You have the air of royalty. People will be happy to serve you.
I hope so. He isn't. He's like the worst royal subject ever.
He'll like flick a crouton at her forehead.
Hey. Be
What?
nice.
You said you're gonna make a name for yourself there?
I'll try. I don't know if I'll be successful, but you know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Getting a little too old to hold myself back.
He'll sit for a moment, and as he finishes his food, he looks over at Enya.
Don't suppose you two are tethered to this place, are you?
He'll shake his head.
I'll kind of stand up and dust my haunches off. Well, I kind of look up at the sun, like where the sun is on the horizon. I'll probably be packing up in about an hour, so if my cart's a little bit heavier when I head out of here, and I have a couple, some nice conversation on the road, I certainly wouldn't be opposed.
His eyes will widen as Enya just gives you like this big gasp, and she'll go, and she'll just start like running around your cart and just like in circles, and Zafra will kind of eventually like grab on the back of her shirt so that she's like kind of running in place. You mean that?
I do. I have a little brother that's about your age. And no one should go hungry. So if you two are willing to be taste testers, I'm more than willing to provide a fair share.
He will reach into his pockets and hand the rest of the stuff that he took from you earlier over to you.
What stuff did he take?
He maybe took some spices, maybe some bottles of sauce, maybe a bottle of wine just because he didn't know what it was. He wasn't picky. He took whatever he could.
If there's anything in there that's not like explicitly food, that like maybe like a utensil or I don't know, like a bracelet or just anything that's like maybe has some slight value or isn't just like food. I'll take all the rest of it because what's he gonna do with paprika?
Yeah.
But
I'll
take kind of.
He'll be like he'll hand you stuff out of his pockets, and then he'll like reach behind his ear under his hair and like give you a fork.
I'll take all like the food stuff and let him keep like anything that he grabbed that wasn't like an ingredient, and let him hold on to it. Yeah. that's not the most valuable thing in the world, but if you change your mind, or when we get to Stratos, you decide to, that I was a good taxi and nothing more, you can take that and see what you can get out of it.
He'll shake his head and try to put it back where he found it on the cart.
I won't stop him.
He'll help you pack up as Enya is maybe rushing off to their treehouse to grab what little they have to bring along with them.
Yeah, I make sure they have time to go get what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Gather it. I make a little bit of space in the cart to kind of stuff that in where it can, and they can ride on top, or ride on my back if they want to. As I pick up some hitchhiker.
Yeah, I told you were gonna be a dad.
Yeah, you did. And now it's what you need, and I'm not opposed. Something
Yeah.
happened to these kids, isn't it?
Yeah. So, you now have some new friends with you. It's a little less lonely.
If you kill these kids,
I would never do that, ever.
just know I will remember it.
I'm not that cruel.
You could be, though.
I
I will say, it would be justified.
what do you mean it would be justified? They're children. I'm not a monster. I'm just an asshole. Yeah, I'm a dick, not a monster.
Fair.
Yeah, so you maybe spend the next couple days traveling with them. On the second day, you maybe get about here, because again, you're not traveling super fast, you know, for a middle-aged 30-year-old horse, now lugging along a teenager who is kind of a pain in the ass, and also now a child who gets distracted at everything. You're not going super fast, and maybe that's not a problem.
I also am well aware that my supply of 5 days worth of food is now cut in a third, given that I now am feeding 3 people.
Yeah. Well, Enya's small. She probably doesn't need that much, but she definitely eats
her entire food, and then half of her.
She doesn't. You'd think she doesn't need that much. Zafra maybe lets her take it. You think maybe he's used to rationing off some of his own food most of the time so that she can have extra, since, you know, she's growing.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, maybe you travel for like a day and a half and get around here, and about your third day of traveling, since you left home, you're a dad now. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
But eventually, you know.
Not the life, the path I was expecting, but I'm certainly not.
You know, you've been traveling for a while, and you picked up these feral kids.
Feral, a bit rude.
I mean, you know.
It's apt, but rude.
The young ones, it's a little, she's kind of a mess.
Mm-hmm. But she's my mess.
Mm-hmm. So maybe on the third day, you'll stop on the side of this lake, and take some time to maybe do some laundry, wash your hair, you know, take a little bath if you need. As you do, Enya just fully plunges herself into the lake and is just splashing around, trying to grab fish with her hands. You know, it's staying in the shallow water as you're doing your laundry. And as you're washing your clothes in the water, you'll maybe notice that Zafra is not joining in, and he's just kind of
occasionally watching you from maybe like the tree line.
Yeah. I'll find kind of a fairly natural place to pause. And what I'm doing, and we'll kind of head over in his direction, and kind of call out to him. It's like, "Hey, Zephyra, sorry. You okay over there?"
Yeah, I'm great. I'm fine.
Ever gone swimming before?
There's a brief moment where his kind of normally skeptical and stern face kind of contorts to a brief look of shock, and then he recomposes himself and he looks away from you.
I'll get closer to where I can talk quieter, so that always keeping an eye on Enya, so that if anything happens, I have an eye on her and I can like make a run for it. But I'm keeping her in my vision as I get a little bit closer, so I can like talk quieter to him and say, "You afraid of the water?"
No. That would be stupid.
No, it wouldn't. Fears aren't stupid.
He'll look out at Enya, who is just absolutely having the time of her life, like splashing, again, still trying to pick up fish with her hands. And she's wading into... It's not deep to anybody else, but to her, she has enough where she can, like, kind of kick her feet and swim in some of the, like, not deep water, but enough for her to, like, be diving in and out of it. And she's trying to pick up shells off the bottom of the bottom of the lake. And he looks at you.
You know, I'm afraid of heights.
He's about to say something, and then he looks at you and he's like, "But you're tall."
Yeah, but if I'll kind of clomp my hooves on the ground. If I don't have all four on the ground, it's not a pretty sight. I start to panic. Being tall is one thing. Being up in a tree, on a balcony, it's I've always been scared of heights since I was a kid. Used to be made fun of for it too.
I just never learned. I fell in the river when I was young and didn't care to learn after that.
That's fair. That's close to what spooked me. He'll kind of again motion to his body, says we're not the most adept climbers in the world, but some kids convinced me to climb up a tree, and got about 5 or 6 feet up. Hoof slipped. Couldn't hold on to the branch far long enough. Fell and I'll kind of shake my left hind foot leg, where that like green kind of whatever that's called is. Yeah, broke my leg.
There's a cat on me. Sorry.
I look at him. How'd that happen? Where did that come from?
There's a cat now that has jumped out of a tree and has kicked off his shoulder and left. Mama was here.
I've adopted 2 of you. I can't adopt a third.
Sorry, Mama's here. Hi, baby.
Hello, Mama.
You're so stinky. He will look at you very timidly. Are you still afraid of them? The heights?
I am. But I've had to force myself up into high places before. we can't always avoid the things we're afraid of, but we can try to push through it at least. And so, no pressure, but if you'd like to give it a shot, I will be right next to you during it. You can take it one step at a time.
He's about to answer you as you hear kind of a shriek from the water. And as both of you like whip around to look at Enya, she is throwing rocks at a bat hound that has gotten too close to the water and is snarling at her.
Don't throw things at it! I will immediately start running.
Yeah, I have some fun homebrew creatures for our game that I'm very excited to implement. And so bat hounds are these gross, snarly looking dogs with these gross leathery wings, and their skin's pretty loose, a little wrinkly, and their face is kind of like, I'm trying to think, maybe kind of like a mix between like a Rottweiler and a Bulldog. They've definitely got jowls, and their skin is all wrinkly, and they've got these gross leathery wings. They're not pleasant to look at. Got these red eyes and gross, sharp yellow teeth, like maybe more than a dog does. And they're gross. They're disgusting. And yeah, there is one growling and snarling and drooling as Enya is scrambling backwards, throwing rocks at it.
Yeah, I will immediately break out into a sprint, and kind of as I'm going, I will pass by my stuff and like lean down and pick up a big pot lid, and what else? I don't imagine I actually, even though I have it in my inventory, I don't imagine I actually have my like hammer yet. I imagine I just have the frying pan, so I'll grab that.
I'd say maybe your mother snuck a weapon or two in there.
Okay, then yeah, I will grab, instead of the frying pan, I will happily grab a much larger hammer that is actually meant for dealing with significant threats. And I will be charging towards this it is a wolf bat?
A bat hound.
Bat hound. Sorry, I'm thinking of Avatar.
Similar, but worse. Just maybe imagine like a Rottweiler, but like with one of those like gross like pig-nosed bat faces kind of mixed in there. Awful. Gross. Bad. So yeah, you charge in there. This isn't necessarily like a super big threat to you, since it is just a small one, so I won't make you do an encounter or like an encounter here. You can very easily home run bat the fuck out of this gross creature and smack it into the sky, Team Rocket style, if you like. Bing! And maybe gives out a as you deal with this terrible gross creature. And as you're dealing with the bat hound, Zafra has run to the side of the lake and, without thinking, dives into the water to grab Enya.
Yeah, after I hit it away, I'll then start kind of like beating this like pot with the hammer to like make this loud like boom, boom, boom noise to if it even thinks about it, to kind of try and frighten it away and keep it away.
Yeah, this thing now has like a comically like large dent in its head, and it is flying, and it's flying away, and it's like every couple of wing beats it stutters and drops a bit in the air, but it is getting the hell out of there. And as you turn around, you now realize that Zafra's in the water, holding Enya.
I will definitely kind of gallop over to close to them. And once I'm kind of on the water side, I'll drop the stuff just kind of just loose on the ground and start wading into the water to make sure that the two of them are okay and are getting to the shore safely. Say, are you two okay? Thing, are you all right?
Yeah, I got him.
Good job.
And she's like shaking her fist at it as it flies away.
I'll help because he's young and he doesn't know how to swim, so I'll help kind of scoop Enya up into one arm, and we'll kind of hold an arm out so that Zafra can hook his around it and kind of help them get to the shallower parts of the lake so they can at least stand.
Yeah, he tries to like scramble up your back and hold onto you very tightly. He is shaking and maybe snotting at the nose. You think maybe that he forgot to hold his breath as he dove in. Because maybe he didn't know that he was supposed to, so he's got snot and tears going down his face.
Yeah, I'll reach and kind of just put a hand on his back and like just kind of get as best I can from someone who's on my back, kind of give a hug and just kind of hold him as I move us towards the shoreline. You two were so brave there. I'm proud of both of you.
She will kind of hop off your arm back onto dry land and gives herself a good dog shake, shaking the water out of her hair.
Try and block someone with my hands, but it's fruitless. Just okay.
That was still cool. You dented that thing's forehead in.
Well, no one's threatening. No one's gonna get away with threatening the two of you as long as I'm around.
Normally they don't get this close. Usually we just, kind of throw rocks in their direction and they leave, but I don't know. Maybe he wanted fish.
Well, could have picked a better time for it. But as she says that, I'm going to put on like a kind face and kind of joke with her. But I'm going to start scanning the edge of the forest, particularly roughly where it was standing, but just kind of all around us. Because if they normally run when they throw stuff at it, but it wasn't, it was growling at her, that makes me think that there's something that it was running away from something else, and that something was breaching into its own territory, forcing it to farther than it would normally, and to act in a way it normally wouldn't. And so I'm going to kind of talk to them, give them a polite smile, but as I'm looking, facing them, my eyes are scanning the forest edge and the treetops.
Did you say that might be like a perception check?
I think it would.
First roll?
Let's see. The perception checks are blind, so I won't know what I roll here. So it's a first roll, but I don't even get to know what I rolled. So hopefully, it was good. Do
you want to know?
I don't know. What do I see?
So you scan the woods on the other side of the lake, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You just think that maybe, thinking back, you had a brief moment to look over this beast as you were charging at it, and you might have noticed that this one in particular was a bit malnourished, maybe looked a bit weaker, which was why it was so easy to deal with. You think maybe this one might have been a runt that hunts solo, because maybe it was shunned by the rest of its pack. So you don't see anything else. You just assume that this one was desperate and hungry, and that's maybe why it didn't run away immediately when she threw things at it.
Oh, I feel bad.
Don't feel bad, they're gross.
Yeah, but I already fed two runs of the litter. And I just gave another one.
I'm not giving you it. I don't care how much you beg me, how much you bribe me. You're not getting a bat hound as a pet.
I don't want it as a pet, but I would have been like, I would have just scared it off and not hit it.
Well, it was, if you hadn't run in to hit it, it was going to bite her really bad, so.
Fair enough.
Now it has a permanent warning in the shape of a dent in his forehead.
Well, I'm glad that you two are okay. That must have been scary.
I wasn't scared.
I'll kind of ruffle her hair and says, "Didn't seem like much scares you, kid."
She gives you a big old smile. No.
Well, I was scared.
Really? You didn't look scared.
Well, looking and what you're thinking are very different things. I was scared that something might have happened to you. That. Sorry, pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. When I was running, I knocked the pepper up and got into my face. Still on the shield. Anyway, but I was afraid that I might not be able to keep you safe. I wouldn't be there for you, so.
Well, that's okay. We're both strong enough to keep Zafra safe. And,
I'll turn to him. One, see how he's doing, but give him a little wink.
You look over at him and he's still like maybe rubbing his arms with his hands, or rubbing his, yeah. I was like, arms, hands, arms. He's trying to use a scarf of his to dry off what he can.
Yeah, I'll help with that and kind of grab some cloth and kind of start helping you dry him off, and her as well. She's done playing.
Yeah, she'll attempt to start a fire, but the stick keeps falling over, and maybe she curses under her breath. And
Good young lady.
She'll laugh a little bit, but so she's doing the little stick thing, rubbing her hands together, and she keeps dropping it. She's like, shit, and she's going, and you can tell that any embers that she might have made are getting doused by her spit.
Mm-hmm.
And Zafra will come over and help her properly start the fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll leave it to them as I finish cleaning off, cleaning the clothes, getting them all hung up to dry for the evening. And then once they get the fire going, they start kind of dry off and warm up. I'm done with the laundry. I'll go over and start working on dinner for the evening.
Pardon me. There seems to be a creature slamming the door of the cart. I'll be right back.
There's still a bit of stuff that I want to get to, so I will kind of fast forward some of the rest of the traveling. On the fourth day, you reach the Heart Pool in the deep of the forest. Spelled H-A-R-T pool. And you guys get to see a very rare glowing deer for a moment.
Ooh. Kids, look, it's a reference.
To what? Who knows? Not the transphobic one.
Yeah, I was referring specifically to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I want to clarify that because people will be like, Harry Potter. No, we will refrain from referencing the mold huffer. That bitch spends her life being hateful and huffing mold. So,
you spend the fourth day hanging out with them, walking through the forest. You get to see
the beautiful heart. Enya wants to learn how to cook, so you spend that afternoon teaching her, while Zafra is while he cannot hunt, he is good at trapping, so he has maybe trapped a few rodentia, rabbits, maybe some birds, and has brought them back to the campfire for you. Enya is, like, as you're teaching her, she is maybe braiding flowers into your tail, half listening, but kind of absorbing some things. You teach her how to cook, some basic things, and she probably retains some of it, but you assume that despite standing in on the edge of the clearing, Zafra is probably actually the one that's listening and maybe noting things down. She is just very much excited to be there and be included. So you spend another day and a half traveling to Stratos. At some point, Enya tires herself out and maybe rides the rest of the way on your back as Zephyr keeps you company and talks a bit about, like, him growing up. He didn't have any siblings. His mom and dad were really busy a lot of the time, so they didn't really spend much time with him. But then after the attack, he noticed that Enya was the only other person that made it out, and so he kind of took it upon himself for maybe the last 5 years watching after her. And so maybe you assumed that this happened only like a year or two ago, but he confides to you that he's been looking after her for 5 years. So when he has basically become a sibling / guardian of this insane child when he was about, like, her age. Which is a lot to take on for a little guy. But you can also maybe understand that, like, all of that happening to him being a bit neglected, and wanting to give her a chance to grow up and be cared after, is maybe why he has agreed to look after her. Kind of be the guardian that maybe his parents weren't to him. But you eventually make it to the gates of Stratos, and are met with a couple of guards that are standing at the southeastern gate. To make it about, like, here. Zephyra and Enya walk ahead of you. And Mama's going crazy. They walk ahead of you, and Enya introduces herself to the guards. And they look up and down, kind of unimpressed at them. Name? And she gives them a big, like, toothy grin and introduces herself as Enya.
And this is my big brother, Zafra, and we are here to make a name for ourselves.
And one of the guards is kind of taking notes on a scroll of their name. He's like, last name. And she kind of looks at him confused. And then Zafra also kind of, like, looks back and forth between them.
Annatto.
Are they with you?
They are.
And he'll...
Esker Annatto is my name.
The guard will look at you, who is a horse, and these two children who don't look like you at all. And
I mean, one of them is a satyr. We're at least...
Kinda.
You chop off the back half of my body, I'm basically a satyr too.
Yeah, that's true. So he'll just note that down, shrug, and then they'll move aside and let you in. Zafra will give a quick thank you as he passes by you.
Yeah, I'll kind of come up behind them, and I will scoop both of them up in my arms. So I do like kind of hold them up, so they're both sitting on like my biceps. Kind of wrap like the tops of my arms around like the tops of their legs. So they're basically strapped in like a roller coaster, and kind of just hold them up. And look over them and say, "Well, welcome to the family."
Enya is absolutely thrilled. You enter the city, and the outer rings are not as nice as the inner rings, but there are a lot of shops, a lot of tents. It is very, very different from what you're used to. The buildings are all very tall, and some of them are built off of each other. They're very, very crammed. It seems like on these outer rings, any amount of space where a building could be, there is one. And if there are any empty spaces in between buildings, there are tents. There are tents and some carts, and some tents you can assume are maybe residential, and some are some people run their shops out of them. You can see there's a fortune teller's tent. There's a shop where an old woman runs her bakery, and she has instructed her great nephew to stand out front and hand out small pastries. And it's very busy and very crowded in these outer rings. Yeah, you can see that most of the people that are out here are dressed a little bit more shoddily than you would have expected, but then you assume that it's probably because the nobles probably live more towards the palace at the center of the city. But it's huge and it's overwhelming. And the Enya is atop your shoulders, or I guess maybe just sitting on your back, as you pull your cart, and people are having to part like the seas to make room for you. Maybe there are some people who don't notice or don't care, maybe like bumping into you, but Enya is holding on to the back of your shirt so that she doesn't fall off. And Zenviirha has dropped his normal semi-stoic demeanor, and also kind of has his mouth agape as he walks into the city. And you do remember, sorry.
Oh, go.
You do remember that your father has mentioned, he mentioned that he stuffed a letter in the back of your bag that just says, if you have trouble finding a place to stay, you can park next to the old lady's bakery. She owes us a favor.
Interesting.
How do you feel?
I'm thrilled. Since people are already parting the way, I get an idea, and I will lift Enya up onto my shoulders so that she's kind of sitting on my shoulders, on my back, and I will announce as we move, knowing where the bakery is, I will purposely kind of like move in like a serpentine way towards it, and I'll say, "Make way for the princess!" And start to kind of, given that I am large and have a cart that people have to split for us anyway, to let her, live the life a little bit as people are parting around us.
Yeah, people look at you like, for a moment, they're like, really? And then they're like, what the fuck? And then they just, some people ignore you, but maybe every now and then, there's a kind soul who will step to the side and give a little bow, as you make your way to the bakery. And
I'll give them the biggest smile, and a slight bow back to them. I was like, thank you, like genuinely thank you for.
Yeah, Zenviirha has his hand in covering his face. He is a bit embarrassed by the whole situation, but If you look at him, he does have a tiny smile.
Good.
But
I will make a winding path to the bakery so that she can live this fantasy for a little while before we get there.
Yeah, so you get to the bakery.
And again, you heard about the bakery before you got there. You assume this old lady's great nephew, who looks miserable. He's kind of like maybe the fantasy equivalent of like a sign spinner. And he's just like, it gives you a sigh, but he gets excited when you walk towards the bakery. And he heard you coming before you arrived, and noticed your little like princess spiel, so he'll give a little bow and he'll say, welcome to Miri's Pastries. And he's trying to keep his composure because Enya has sat up very straight on your shoulders and is giving like that stereotypical like wave, and it's really funny. And he's like, if you're looking for my great aunt, she is inside.
I am. You said he had like basically like little free samples, right?
Yeah. So he has kind of like a fold-out table next to him where he's offering free samples as he's kind of sign spinning. He drops it every now and then. He's not super great at it, but he's trying his best. And if he doesn't, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Oh, jeez. Also, real quick, what was the name of the establishment? Something bakery?
It's Miri's Pastry, like Miri.
I'll ask, would it be possible for the princess to receive one of your tasty pastries?
But of course. And he'll hand you 3, and then he will think for a moment and hand you a 4th one.
I will pause for a moment, wondering why he gave me a 4th one, but I will hand one back to Zafra, and I'll hand both of them up to her. The other 2, and eat one for myself. Thank you, my lord.
Of course, my lord. And he just kind of like steps to the side and bows and gestures an arm towards the door.
I will set the kids on the cart and look to this other kid and say, the 3 of you, please watch the royal chariot as I go inside and introduce myself. I will begin to like unlatch myself from the harness.
So the little treats that you've received are these caramel chocolate cheesecake bites, and they are very smooth. Absolutely just melt in your mouth. And they are adorned with these little chocolate swirls. And it's awesome. But as you enter the establishment, you hear very faintly,
"You're not very good at that, huh?"
and Sephra choking back laughter as you enter.
I will rub my forehead as I walk in and say, please be alive when I come back out here. And I will enter the establishment.
Yeah. You enter this place, and it is probably the smallest shop on this street, but it is still it's very cozy. It's maybe decorated
about how you would expect a granny's house to be decorated with like a bunch of pictures. Like there's a bunch of pictures of her nephew. There's a bunch of like porcelain trinkets everywhere. And you kind of assume that maybe she has turned her house into a bakery. It is maybe in exchange for letting him live there, you assume that maybe she has convinced her nephew to fashion this front room into a storefront. But there is a nice, there's a set of sofas next to a fireplace towards the front left side. And then towards the back of the room, she has her counter and her case full of pastries. And you see this absolutely insane puff of hair over the counter.
Just the hair?
Just the hair. You just see like this, what you assume to probably be her hair tied up in a bun. And she just says, you assume this to be Miri. And she kind of waves her hand over the counter.
I told you couldn't come back in here for another 5 hours until you're done giving out samples. You're not allowed back in here, you dolt.
I do not like this woman. Apologies, ma'am. I think you might have me confused for your the lad out there who's doing an excellent job, by the way.
Oh, shit.
These are...
And you hear a lot of clattering, maybe the setting down of a wooden stool, and this very, 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 very short, I guess the equivalent of like a wood elf, kind of stands up on this stool, and she's just unusually short as hell. And she has her eyes are kind of squinted at you, and she has these very cute flower-shaped glasses, and she has a myriad of hairpins that it looks like maybe she fashioned herself to look like different little desserts.
I'm sorry. I thought you were my nephew. Apologies.
No worries. These, I'll hold up one of the samples, already with a bite taken out. These are wonderful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. These recipes have been in my family for generations.
Come from the great family of Nestle Toulouse.
I don't know who that is.
But yeah, I'll kind of step deeper into the room carefully because I am assuming this place is not sized for someone of
Oh, no, yeah, you're having to girth. You're having to like crouch a little bit. I'm moving on for your sake and mine. I'm moving past the fact that you said girth.
Girth can refer to things other than penises.
I wasn't going there.
Really? Then what's so funny about the word girth?
Well, you said penis. Anyways, she, even with the stool, she is, like, barely over the counter. You assume that, the afternoon is maybe not her busiest time. You think maybe, she's just finished a lunch rush and is, tidying up.
Is there anything I can help you with, you young, and she'll look you up and down, stud?
I will try to not cringe from that. Just, yes, I will fish out that letter, and will very delicately step up to the counter and place it on it. Say, I believe you know my family, or my father in particular. I've just got into the city and was hoping that I could park my cart alongside your establishment in the alleyway for a day or two as I look for a more permanent place to live.
She will reach across the counter and pull out the letter and kind of like squint at it and adjust her glasses on her face. She'll just, well, gods be damned. It's about time that bastard wrote to me. And she'll look up at you and she's like, oh, you're Stanford's son.
I am. Esker. I'll hold a hand out.
She'll grab your hand, and her handshake is surprisingly firm for an elderly old woman. But she's only, like, maybe able to fit her hand around, like, maybe your thumb.
No.
She's got these tiny little old lady hands, but she will give you as firm a handshake as she can. My God, it's been a long time. You probably don't even recognize me.
Is it rude if I say I don't?
Well, it's not like Stanford comes to visit often. Ungrateful little...
She'll clear her throat.
Yes, my name is Miri. I was, an acquaintance, apparently, of your father's. In case he didn't tell you, I was his mentor. I'm the one who taught him how to cook.
Oh. He has mentioned you, not by name, but by
What?
reputation, at least.
Of course he would. Bastard. I apologize if I seem curt or short. I have lived a very long life, and I'm tired.
That's me, not Esker.
Yeah.
I've lived a very long life, and as you can imagine, both as a woman and as somebody of my stature, life has been a bit rough, so
She'll give you a warm smile.
apologies if I seem a bit abrasive at first. It's a front. I apologize. I love my nephew very much. Although he did, burn down half my store a few years ago, which is why he's currently working for me. You didn't need to know that. How are you, Esker?
I'm good. It's been an eventful journey. Took longer to get here than I expected. Picked up a couple of companions along the way, and so need to find a place of work and a place to house the two of them as quickly as possible. So.
Oh. Are they like dogs?
No, children.
Oh, gods.
They were living out in the wilderness, and they were making it work, but they were clearly malnourished. So.
Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you've brought them here for an opportunity. Yes. It says here that I owe your father a favor, which is presumptuous, considering he hasn't written to me in about 10 years, which is fine. But yes, you may use the lot to the right of my store to set up shop, if you'd like.
I appreciate it. Of course, I will not compete with your baked goods. I'm focused on more savory meals anyway.
Oh, well, I sure hope not.
I would be a very poor guest if I were eating into your own business.
Yes, I'm afraid I would have to kill you if you did.
And I think you would be successful.
She'll smile.
You're not sure if that was a joke or not.
I don't think it was.
Yes, you are free to stay here in our guest room. However, it won't be ready until tomorrow, unfortunately.
That's fine. I can find a place for us to stay for the evening. I'll kind of like look at my body and back to her. I know that I'm not the most convenient person to provide accommodations for, so.
Well, here. And she will kind of scurry back to what you assume leads to the rest of her house, kind of upstairs, and she'll come back down. I used to do a lot of traveling back when I was young. I used to adventure with a big group of rapscallions. None of them talk to me anymore.
So. I wonder why.
Well, one of them speaks to me. The other 3 are dead.
Oh.
Old age,
Sorry to
nothing
hear that.
nothing bad.
Oh, okay. That's still sorry to hear that, but that is better than the alternative.
Oh, it's fine. We were all very, very close. But so far it's just me and Maple left in our bet of who outlives the rest of us.
Quite the way to then, I imagine.
She smiles up and then she hands you a large tent. You can set this up outside if you'd like.
Oh, thank you.
We lightly adventured in. It should accommodate your
Don't say girth, don't say girth, don't say girth,
don't say girth, don't say girth, don't say girth. Your height.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It should have enough room for you and the children while we set up the rooms. So you don't have to worry about boarding up somewhere, spending your coin. There's no need. I'll have a place for you tomorrow.
Thank you, truly. I cannot thank you enough. I will make this this up for you.
I'm sure you will. I could use a couple of extra hands around the kitchen.
I'm certainly more than happy to offer my own. I've been teaching the other 2 the basics of how to cook, but they are quite young, around 10 and 15 each, so they're
Oh heavens. Well,
they're picking up the basics at their own pace.
she'll give you an understanding nod. Yes, I will have a room for you in the morning. I'll have my nephew vacate his room, and I will move him to the room where I keep all of my baking equipment. It'll be fine. I'll have him do it, so don't worry about me.
Oh, no, I couldn't ask him to do that.
Oh, no. They're about the rooms are the same size. It's just one of them is full of cooking equipment, which I will have him move to the kitchen.
How about this? Would you be willing to have the 3 of them share that room? And then I, personally, because again, I am quite cumbersome to try and house, I'm happy to sleep out in the tent next to my cart. Helps make sure no one breaks into it again. That way the 3 kids can have a nice comfortable bed and the safety of 4 walls. And
my nephew's a grown-ass man.
oh wait, was he? I thought this was a child that I was also talking about there. My bad.
Oh no.
No.
He's short. It runs in the family. No, that's a grown-ass man out there.
Oh, apologies.
No, he gets that a lot.
In that case,
So do I. It's our youthful looks.
I can see it. In that case, I will rescind my previous statement.
Yes, of course. I'm sure they would be more comfortable with you than some random old lady they just met. But yes, I will help my nephew rearrange the rooms. I've been meaning to move all of that old equipment anyways. I just, we're busy.
There. Well, I'm quite strong, so if you need any help moving things, I'm happy to do my part as well.
Oh, I could never make you. You're much nicer than Stanford. How is he?
I would say I get it from my mom, but I'm not sure that's true either.
Oh,
so.
she's a delight. It's your
Yeah,
father that's the problem. How is he, by the way?
He's doing well. Getting close to retirement, though. I feel he should have retired a couple years ago, but he's swearing he'll do it in the next year or 2. We'll see if that sticks.
He's been saying that for 14 years.
Exactly. But he's good. They're both good. As good as they can be.
He's not causing too much trouble for you, is he?
Oh, quite the opposite.
Oh.
He, though, that trouble allowed me to run into the 2 kids out there, so certainly can't complain of that much. Wouldn't have met them otherwise.
Well, fate has plans for us all. Sometimes that makes us great aunts, sometimes that makes us guardians. Sometimes, you end up like your father.
I will try not to read into whatever that means.
She'll smile and then she'll wave your hand. Here, you can have a few more pastries on the house. You can take those out there to the children.
Thank you.
Tent's easy enough to set up. You can pitch it between my building and the next one over.
I will. I'll get to it as soon as I'm get these treats off to the kids.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Esker.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Well, looks credibly up to my notes. What's the name? Miri.
She'll give you a smile, and then she'll give you the warmest smile that you've ever seen, and then she'll scruff up her face. Brian, get in here! And you hear her nephew out there sigh, and then he passes you on your way out, and he just goes, "Pray for me."
I'll just put a hand on his shoulder and just kind of bow my head to him.
But yeah, that they will have your room ready in the morning.
I will head outside to the 2 kids, see how well they've been guarding the cart.
Enya is sitting on top of it, still waving at passersby. Some of them wave back, some of them just are like, again, like, what the fuck? And Zafra's just leaning against it, making sure that nobody tries anything.
Good man. Yeah, I will head out there and divide the pastries evenly between the 2 of them. Say, well, good news and slightly bad news. Bad news is we have 1 more day of camping for all of us. We'll be setting up tent next to the shop here as they get our room ready. But starting tomorrow night, you all get to sleep in a bed.
We get the tent this time?
We do.
She will scoop up the pastries that you've handed her, and you'll notice that maybe there's 1 or 2 extra that Zafra has snuck into her hand. And she will, quote, help you set up the tent by sitting on top and stuffing her face and kicking her feet, and Zafra will actually help you set up the tent.
I will thank him for his help as I get it all set up, and I'll put it to where the it is the side of the bakery tent and then cart, so that's like kind of in between the 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like 2 pseudo walls on either side, and then just kind of provide a little extra protection, and so that I'm right next to the cart in case someone tries to steal something again.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, kind of get that all set up. Roll out little cots for the 2 of them, so they have something a little comfortable to sleep on. Say, well, welcome to the big city, kids. Opportunity awaits.
They both give you, Enya gives you her classic big smile, and Zafra will give you a bigger smirk than maybe you've seen on him. And then he'll kind of look off and pot. But Miri will invite you all in for dinner, at least, before you retire to the tent for the night. And as you're maybe setting up some of the sleeping bags that Miri also brought out for you, Enya is kind of like, she's got the sleeping bag like held up to her chin, and she
is just giving you a big smile.
I'll make sure that she's all tucked in. Get her all comfortable and settled. And I'll let them decide if they want to like lay next to each other, or if they want me to like lay in the middle and they lay on either side, or however they want to organize the tent. I'll give them full control of that.
They'll lay like next to each other. Enya will every now and then she'll kind of like get up or like lay on top of her sleeping bag and like kick her feet and click her hooves together and tell you all about the different people that she saw while you were inside, and talking about how crazy they look and all this other stuff, and how she's excited to live in a home, and how she's excited to see the rest of the city.
I think it's gonna be so fun. I can't believe we get to live in a house.
I'm excited for it. I will say, this stays between you and me, and I'll look to Zephyr, you and me. She can be a little short. Well, let me rephrase that. She can be a little quick to anger. So try your best to stay on her good side. She will likely yell if she ever yells at you about something that you truly feel is undeserved and unearned. Come talk to me. But she means well. She is old, and she has lived long enough that she has earned the right to be perpetually pissed off. And so she is using that allowance to full effect, and with taking quite a bit of joy along with it. So, but yes, we will have a place to stay, a bed to sleep in. Hopefully, in due time, we can find a place that it's just the three of us, and we won't have to share it with anyone else. So we can give them their home back, and we can have our own. But
That'd be so nice.
due time,
Can we have a pink house?
I think we can. Well, I'll try my best at least. At the very least, there'll be at least one pink thing on the outside. I can guarantee you that.
Awesome.
And she'll kind of drift off to sleep.
I'll look over at Zephyr and see how he's doing.
He's in his bedroll, but he's you can tell that he's kind of uncomfortable and maybe definitely not used to all of it yet, but he is keeping quiet about it.
You doing okay, kid?
There are a lot of people here.
Yeah, more than I've ever seen.
It's weird.
It really is. But I'll keep you safe. And hey, on the bright, that means that there's likely other kids your age here. You can start making some friends.
He'll give you a smile, and then he'll turn to sleep on his side.
And you all get some good rest. The tent is very well insulated and comfy.
Yeah, I make sure we don't sleep on the basilisk blood in the corner.
That's been cleaned up.
Oh, okay, good.
Miri specifically took the time to scrub any remnants of adventure out of the tent for you.
Appreciated.
Yeah, but you get some good rest. You maybe it maybe takes you a bit longer to fall asleep than normal, just because of the sounds of the bustling city that you haven't gotten used to yet. You're pretty used to a lot more quiet. It's like the difference between falling asleep in a farmhouse and falling asleep when you live right next to the interstate. But eventually you get to sleep, and you maybe wake up a bit later than you normally would because you're finally actually comfortable. You spent a lot longer traveling than you had initially intended to. But when you wake up, Enya and Zafra aren't there anymore.
There's probably like a few seconds of kind of like stretching, kind of blinking, kind of letting that like post sleep, very kind of like that warm fuzzy kind of exist for a bit. Until I look over and see that they're not there, and it's I go from freshly woken up to just like instantly like on, and I like shoot up and start looking around, see they're in the tent, and then push myself through the tent to start looking for them. So you can call off on them. Thank you, Zephyr. Kind of start looking around to see if I can spot them.
You don't see them. You do notice that your cart mostly looks the same, but as you get closer to it, you realize that one of the doors is slightly open. And when you look inside, there is so much missing. A lot of your money is gone. A lot of your supplies, maybe some of your nicer cups are gone. And the only thing that you find in there, you still have some, you have enough to sustain yourself. But you just see, the only thing that you see in there that's out of place, besides the things that are missing, is just a torn scrap of paper. And when you pick it up and look at it, there is just one word kind of scribbled on it. And as you bring it closer to your face, you just see that in some shaky handwriting, it just says the word sorry.
I just kind of hold that. And I don't think it's like, I'm surprised when I start to cry, I think. Not because of the stuff's missing, but because they left. I'll just kind of hold it and slowly like close the door back and kind of look around, slowly kind of wipe my face with like pull my shirt up and like wipe my face. I'll fold that little piece of paper up and kind of tuck it into, like, depending on what I'm wearing, I don't know what I went to sleep in, but I'll keep it safe and just kind of look out. And I say out loud, but the hustle bustle of the city, like, it's quiet enough, like, that even with me saying it like full volume, like, no one would hear it. But I just say, stay safe, kids.
So yeah, we'll kind of fast forward a bit. You spend the next year kind of learning alongside your father's old mentor. Introduce her to some new concepts as she helps you set up your cart and turn it into a small storefront next to her shop. What kind of food would you sell?
I think I was being honest with her. I think I'd sell savory things. Like, in small things. It is a food cart. I don't have like a full kitchen. I don't have like any means of like
she would have
things cold.
She would have given you access to her kitchen, maybe had her nephew help you upgrade your cart a little bit to like fully, like, you still have access to her shop, and maybe she's also helped build a door into the side of her shop so that you can enter through the side as you please, inconspicuously as a large horse. And she would have spent the kind of the first few months of you staying with her, helping you upgrade your cart into something that is capable of cooking. Maybe you and Brian, I'm so sorry, I panicked because I realized that I didn't have a name for him, and I was like, fuck, what would be really funny right now? So you and Brian kind of help transform your cart into like its own stand, like you would see like a food stand out on the side of the road, or like in a city, on the side of the street, like a kind of like a hot dog cart. So you've kind of fashioned this addition to your cart to where it's able to be stored easily, and so that you still maintain most of the storage in your cart. And also, you're able to pack it up in a way that you won't accidentally set your cart on fire. All the pieces are able to be removed and reassembled when needed. But there are a few additions to your cart that let you have like a flat top, and maybe like on the side there's like an addition where you can maybe like fry things. Because I know that you mentioned that you wanted to try a more innovative way of cooking than maybe the academy taught you. And at first, people are pretty hesitant to try out what you're cooking because it is unfamiliar, a bit unconventional. With this new constructed, basically like traveling food cart, what do you think that you would try to experiment with and sell to the people in the lower ring of Stratos?
Yeah. Well, since I have a little thing of like that I can like fry stuff with, I'd say that since I have the capability of frying things, I probably would have focus on kind of like some fried dumplings, like pork dumplings, fried as I don't know if these would exist, like basically like a savory bread churro. Because I would make a normal churro, but I don't want to step on the pastry side of things.
You're making corn dogs.
Okay, yeah, I guess if you put pork in it, it would be a corn dog.
Justin, are you making churro-shaped corn dogs right now?
Fuck it, why not?
That's awesome. Are you inventing corn dogs here in Stratos right now? Are you inventing corn dogs?
I like think like, okay, I can make fried dough. Probably put some of this like pork inside of it and kind of wrap it up, and they're not like hot dog corn dogs, but they're definitely they're pork surrounded by fried dough. So basically, yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
I also have non-fried things. I make like rice. Like I sell like the burner, so I can do like big like rice dishes and stuff that I can hand out. So like stir fry stuff like that.
Yeah.
Basically anything that doesn't require like putting something in an oven for a while, because that's the one thing that my cart doesn't have is like an actual oven.
Yeah.
And so it's all like things that can be fried or boiled or stuff like that. Kind of pan fried. And so yeah, that's what I focus on. I'm focusing mainly on savory things, which means I'm probably not the most popular in the breakfast, but I make it up for it in like the lunch and the dinner. Like I still offer like bacon for breakfast and stuff, but
maybe as a birthday gift, Miri would have given you some sort of syrup to experiment with. So maybe you make waffles. You can make waffles, you can make your pork dogs or sausage dogs with syrup on it.
I start to experiment with injecting the syrup into the churro dog. I'm hungry. Same.
I want Wendy's breakfast now.
If only. And I'll eventually commission someone to like properly like carve out a wooden sign for the place.
Brian would help you with that, because by trade he's a carpenter.
Perfect. Yeah, I will pay Brian to help me carve out a sign that is the Galloping Gourmand.
Ew, that's so cool. Send that to me. Yeah, I think you already sent that to me, but remind me later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say people are pretty hesitant at first, but as you kind of make a show of things out on the street, since you're able to cook in front of people, they're able to smell everything that you're cooking directly. You do eventually attract a customer base, because, I mean, Your food is cheap, but also very well made. People might tip you a bit more. You've maybe learned to do some like spatula tricks by like tossing them up in the air and catching them and stuff like that. And you've kind of learned to like have fun with it and make a show out of it, as much as a middle-aged 30-year-old man can. Mm-hmm. Sorry, that's still really funny to me. I know you're a horse, and that's why you're saying 30 is middle-aged. But, like, me at 15 would have been like, yeah, 30's middle-aged. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Someone who is now 30.
30 is old as hell. I could have never imagined myself turning 30. I'm so sorry. You just turned 30. That's my bad. So, anyways, you, like, eventually... Sorry, Dakota. You eventually attract a customer base, and you have people like passing through, people who like have just entered the city, who are like, "Ooh, this is novel." People who are entering and leaving, but you have one returning customer, who tends to tip a lot, and it is this lizard folk, you're assuming. This lizard folk man with these deep blue scales and these gold horns that kind of zigzag parallel to each other, and these deep wine-colored eyes. And he makes a point, after he has discovered your cart, to visit pretty frequently as the year goes on. And he always tips well. He always tips about, like, 5 gold every time. Yeah, big spender. No matter what the cost of the food is, he will tip you 5 gold, which, you know, covers maybe, you might, even though Miri seems like a hard ass, once she gets used to you, she is very kind. And although she has insisted that you don't pay rent, maybe you slip a couple extra coins into her register every now and then to pay her back. Or maybe pay Brian to mysteriously upgrade her store. While you take her out for a shopping trip on the town. And you'll maybe do this, like, every time that this customer visits. He's very kind, and he always stays to have a conversation with you, and he always buys some for himself and then takes some with him. About a year goes by, and you get a customer to your store that looks a bit different than you remember. But a year goes by, and Anya returns to your cart with a pouch full of coins, and a couple of, like, hand-sewn blankets. And she approaches you. She's... Over the last year, she's grown a lot taller. But she's still pretty bitty. But she's gotten a bit taller. Her hair is a lot longer, kind of falls down to, like, the back of her knees. And is now kind of braided into, like, much thicker braids, with a lot of curls and strands, like, poking out. And maybe you have your back turned as you're kind of, like, sorting through your inventory and cleaning, and you kind of hear a knock on your cart, as she stands in front of you.
I'll, kind of, still facing away from Rebecca. One moment, please. I'll be with you in just a second. And I'll kind of finish what I'm doing, because as they translate, how can I help you with... I'll just stop as I see her. Hey. And I don't know what to do. I just kind of freeze. I will say that if she's looking at kind of like the chalkboard that has like the menu on it, she would notice that there are a couple dishes that are named after her and him.
Aww, what the fuck? She will notice, which does not help her composure. She had steeled herself to come back here, hoping you would still be here a year later. And she notices that, and you see that her face kind of scrunches up as her little goat nose kind of quivers. I wanted to come back and give you this. And she hands you a bag full of coins. I am so sorry.
I reach out to her. It looks like I'm reaching out for the bag, but I just grab her by the arm and pull her into a hug.
She will hug you back and full on sob. I didn't want to leave.
It's okay. Okay. You don't need to explain anything.
Sappho was scared that you'd leave us too. And so he wanted us to leave before you could.
Okay. It's okay. And I'll just kind of just hold her and just rub the back of her head, just pull her into like the crook of my arm and my shoulder.
She'll use her palms to dry her eyes and kind of wipe away her snot.
He was too ashamed to come back here, but I want you to know that he felt bad about it. He didn't really want to. And I know it wasn't right. And I'm sorry.
Are you two okay? Are you eating well?
She'll continue to wipe her face, and she'll set down this blanket kind of near your tent.
Yes, we've been working. We were able to find a nice place to stay up in the north side, and we've been living a lot more honestly since then. I'm sorry that we used you as a stepping stone to get there.
I don't care. I'm just glad that you two are okay. I've been so scared wondering what happened to you two.
And
I don't blame you.
She'll kind of give you another hug, and she'll sit next to you.
I'm already dishing her up. Whatever I've been cooking at the moment, I'm already dishing her up some. What do the two of you do for work then?
Oh, we met a nice lady up north, and we are working in one of the market districts. We're able to put ourselves up at the inn nearby. She's a seamstress, and so Zafra was able to become her apprentice, and he's learning how to make clothes now. He's always wanted to. He's always had an interest in fashion, so it's nice. I help. I like to model some of the dresses and scarves and get people's attention to come into the store. I'm really good at it.
Oh, I bet.
That's why I brought you this quilt. Me and Zafra made it for you.
And you'll look at this quilt, and it's patchwork, and it has each one of the patches in it is embroidered with different things. Some of them are a bit nicer than others, which you assume is probably Zafra's handiwork. Like different flowers, maybe like a rabbit. There's that glowing deer that you saw, you recognize, has been embroidered in one of the patches. And then you see the embroidery equivalent of a child's drawing of a bat hound on one of them. And then maybe a stick figure centaur is embroidered in the center. And she gives you a big grin.
I've been learning how to sew too.
You're learning wonderfully.
I'm sorry that the pattern's a bit off. We had to use up 3 squares to embroider you in the middle.
I am quite large.
Yeah, you really are.
I'm glad you two were doing okay. that you're someplace safe.
She'll smile and sigh a bit.
He wants to come visit, but he's ashamed.
Both of you are always welcome. You will always have a hot meal here.
You know, if you ever need help at your shop, Zafra's happy where he is, but I'm not the best seamstress, so I would be glad to help you out every now and then.
I would love to teach you how to cook.
Her eyes sparkle a bit. And before she can respond, your favorite regular customer has shown up. Dressed a little nicer than normal. The first few times that he's kind of come out here, he's been cloaked and just like he would wear a cloak to kind of like obscure himself, but it kind of made himself stand out more than maybe he was intending, so he just started dressing normal. But he looks a bit, even now he looks a bit nicer than he normally does. And he gives a polite nod to Enya, and then he greets you.
Good evening. Sorry, reuniting with my with a very old friend, and I'll just kind of ruffle her hair.
She smiles and kicks her feet and is stuffing her face. I see that.
The usual for today, or?
Yes, please. Extra, if you can.
It would be my pleasure, sir. I am desperately like wiping away tears and snot as well, and then like washing my hands.
Yeah.
Trying to just make myself as presentable as possible. For,
you've maybe installed like a little sink system, and maybe in addition,
plumbing on this bitch. Hell.
Maybe not plumbing, but like you know what I mean. Like
I imagine like a little water basin.
Like a little water basin. That is, you can either like snap on to the side of your cart. I know that I've been visiting your shop a bit more than usual.
I'm certainly not complaining. You're by far my favorite customer, the most frequent. So it's nice to know that someone likes my food.
Well, he'll kind of chuckle and give you like a very hearty laugh. It just so happens that your food has become my sister's favorite. She raves about it constantly, but always seems to be too busy to stop by and purchase them herself.
Well, it's good that she has a brother who's willing to make the journey for her, then.
What else am I good for? And he'll give you a very toothy grin.
I don't know, like, trust me, I had a sister once who was always more than happy to send me on her errands, so.
Well, she's busier than usual nowadays. In any case, besides the food, I wanted to give you this. And he will hand you a letter that he will he'll probably like place his hand over it as he places it in your hand, implying you should probably read it after he leaves.
I'll give him a nod, and we'll kind of, like, so he sees, like, tuck it into a little, like, pocket on the inside of my smock, so that it's, like, you know, he knows I have it safe, and I'll kind of pat it.
I really think you have potential.
Thank you. That truly means a lot. This is what I love to do, so.
It shows. And it's paying off. And he kind of looks up at where the sun is in the sky, and he goes, "Oh, shit. Well, I would normally love to stay and make conversation. But I do have my duties to attend to. And he will tip you an extra 7 gold this time. And shove his food in his mouth. And then
pack up the extras in a nice little container.
Yeah, as he walks off, he'll give you a wink and kind of take the food out of his mouth. He's like, next time I see you, please bring extra.
I absolutely will, sir. Promise.
He kind of gives you a little salute as he heads off more towards the center of town. And you have a nice meal with Enya and Brian and Miri, and she's glad to see Enya again. And you assume that she will be back very frequently and potentially bring Zafra with her next time.
Yeah, I mean, hey, she better show up. She's my apprentice now. She's got a job to do.
Exactly. So you all have a nice meal, and then
I will say that
yeah.
When she leaves, I will make a little little thing of like food to bring back to one to give to Zafra, but also even more that they can have like the next couple days.
Yeah.
And whatever because this guy's been tipping me an obscene amount of money, so whatever money she was like brought, and also the 7 that he just tipped me, I kind of tuck into that box as well.
Yeah.
For giving it to her. So, because I am living fine if this guy's tipping me this much when he shows up. Like I'm good.
Yeah, you're definitely like, oh, this guy's gonna come back and tip me well. So you definitely treat the people that have helped you relatively often, while still keeping it. You at least keep like a good amount of silver and at least 5 gold in your pocket.
Yeah, like so that I have good like
good padding.
Function.
Yeah. But you can't help but treat the people in your life that have become a part of your routine. And as she leaves for the night, she will give you a big smile and a little curtsy, and she will skip back off to the north of town. And Brian and Miri have left you to your room for the night, and you are free to look at the letter if you wish.
Yeah, at this point I will, once kind of everything's like settled down, and I've now draped the quilt over my bed. I will then kind of find a little go to like the little a table in the room and pull it out from the interior pocket and begin to open it.
The paper itself is very thick cardstock-like texture, and it is decorated with all sorts of like fancy gold like filigree and this very elegant penmanship. And it reads, "This is a formal letter of endorsement on behalf of the recipient, Esker Annatto of Sirenvale. I have deemed his talents worthy of the Coronation Prodigy Project established at Princess Sylvania's request. His skills are astonishing, and I believe his innovations in the culinary space will be revolutionary. On behalf of myself and my sister, I bestow this letter of endorsement and formal invitation to the royal wedding and coronation to Mr. Esker Annatto. Signed, Zenviirha of Stratos, Prince and Head of the Royal Guard." And at the bottom, kind of scribbled in less fancy text in like parentheses, it says, "Good luck and see you soon. Please bring extra snacks for my sister before the wedding. She's a nervous eater."
I think Esker is someone who, like, when nervous or when kind of doesn't know how to act, he's a laugher. So I think he just starts laughing, and then kind of like gently sets it onto the table, continues laughing, stumbles back, and like almost faints on the bed.
And that is where we will end.
This has been a whiplash of emotions of a day.
Yeah, that is where we will end. Leaving Esker a fainted horse in his room, as he has just received a formal invitation and letter of endorsement from the Prince of Zenviirha itself, and a second-hand endorsement from the soon-to-be Queen Sylvania.
God damn. And so, I'll ask after we stop for the spellings of all these names, but I'll do that later.
Yeah, that's all I got for you, man, for now.
Yeah. I was not one, good job. Definitely cried.
Oh really? Don't cry.
I was not expecting to get that attached to those two kids that quickly. And then they left, and that fucking stabbed me. And then she came back, gave me a quilt, and it stabbed me again. And my heart. I love those kids. I will die for them.
I hope that this was adequate.
This was phenomenal.
Smiles?
Like,
I am shaking, and I am wonderful. Shaking and sweating. I have been so nervous about this all week, and I don't know if that's contributed to me being sick or not. Probably not, but it's not helping. I can't tell which part of the shaking is me being sick and which part of the sweating. I think the sweating, I might just be nervous.
Oh yeah, I get very hot and sweaty.
I'm also, like, every time I've had to give, like, a presentation in front of a class, I start shaking uncontrollably, and even though you're not here and I'm not streaming, I'm still very shaky.
Well, you had absolutely nothing to worry about. This was incredible. Like, one of the best session zeros I've had in a
Stop! You're just saying that so I don't cry. I've already gotten
you to cry.
I've already gotten rid of all of my snot, so.
Well, I've got plenty to spare.
Ew. All right, I'm gonna end the recording here. Horston, everyone.
Fuck you.